Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Chris from Universe X again. I just wanted to do part 2 of my locals deck profile for Miraculous Revival, the name of this deck. Wasn't exactly so miraculous, spoiler alert, but real quick before we get into it, I just want everybody to know that I am still trying to grow this channel. So if you could please subscribe, like, comment, press the notification bell. I would be very much so appreciative. And also in the info down there, I'm going to be leaving a link back to the contest video. My base goal was 100, the next goal was 110, the goal after that was 120, and I'm halfway to the base goal. I'm at 90 out of 100 subscribers when I started at 80. So just remember, at 100, I'll be choosing 3 winners. One will get the 2 Everybody's Pal Yamchas. One will get the 2 Infernal Machine Android 17 or Super 17, and then one will get the foil Demon Sword. So that's that. 10 more subscribers, and as a bonus, I will throw in a playset of Dangerous Journey foil bonus. Beautiful card. 120, I will put up one big Gogeta, as well as just the Janemba deck box for anybody whose locals don't really get enough of these. And just in case you don't know what it looks like, once again, I'll just put it up. The link for that will be at the bottom, well, in the info. So I'm moving forward. I just wanted to talk about the deck and what was going on. I wanted to make a Reanimator deck. I put it together hastily. This time, for the next week, I'm going to be testing this deck a little bit more, just so it doesn't have the same kind of blaring oversights. However, I didn't think that my locals would really have Storm. We're not really a Storm type of locals, but it has been a month since Nationals, and that's the last time I went to locals, right before Nationals. And I didn't take into account that some of the people may have just gotten a little sharper, may have just gotten tired of playing decks that weren't going to really do as well versus proven decks. So, of course, after saying that my locals isn't Storm heavy, I faced 2 Storm in a row, tied, lost, and then got the bye. Game 1, I faced Storm, and I wasn't able to finish him off. I Super 17 him, and then I hit him. And I'll talk about that combo a little later in the video. But I did that, and I counted as that combo, and I dealt 2 damage, and then I tried to swing again with the 17 since I used my Super, well, Shinran's Ultimate, and I just couldn't push it through. I had too many extra cards in hand. I had too many Dragon Raiders in hand. I couldn't get them out. There wasn't enough pacing against Storm, so that happened. Game 2, however, the same combo definitely did work. I controlled the board with Explosive Spirit Son Goku, MVP in the deck, and I just kept putting him on and off board, and I built up a field of him, and he couldn't get through. And any ones that went to the graveyard just came back and busted up his Gotens, and so he almost was kind of afraid to swing with said Gotens because he knew that would lead to them getting smoked. So game 3, not enough time, went into time, it was a tie. Moving on to game 2, face Storm again. Game 1, I couldn't break through his hand. He opened up pretty nutty, but on the end of turn 2, there were 4 Gotens on board, and I actually kid you not. He's a personal friend. He told me that I cut him into a really stupid hand. But he opened up Successor 4 Gotens and an Unyielding, and he just needed to go in. That's pretty much just what happened. Like, it was just... No, I don't think the Unyielding was in there, because he didn't charge Unyielding. I'm sorry, I'm recollecting, but he charged yellow, Successored, Bardocked, Goten, Unyielding, Bardocked, Goten. It was disgusting. Like, I got annihilated. Game 2, however, it went on for a very long time. I was Crusher Balling his Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist. He was playing Soul Striker as the leader. I just ended up not being able to kill him, and he couldn't kill me, and so we ended up tying in game 2, which meant he won the whole match. Game 3, I got the bye. So all in all, didn't really get there. I faced Storm, and I didn't even have any side deck for Storm. But mind you, I guess while we're here, I got to talk about that side deck. First 2 cards, 2 Dende. I feel like not a single child's Wish deck should not have Den in the side, because the ability to just lock your opponent and devastate them out of the game just because they played objection or anything like that is too crucial. 2, we've got Dangerous Journey Bulmas, because I didn't know if I was going to see any Janemba. I know it was kind of popular amongst the people at my locals before, but I didn't know if I was going to see any Janemba, so I just wanted to make sure I could recur some cards because this deck kind of thins a lot. Thought I was going to be a little saucy with this one, and 2 Bergamo. 1, it's foil. 2, I thought that I would be able to stave off some of the meteor aggro decks like Yamcha and be able to fill up my graveyard with my Child's Wish and World Peace targets. Next, in case I faced hand control, I had a 3rd one of these in the side. Next, in case I faced Xeno decks or decks that didn't have too much hand, I would play a 3rd of this one out. Thought I'd be saucy here again and bring out the man himself, which is Jiren, because he would be able to clear boards with his ability to attack active position, as well as the fact that he was a 1k or 1 cost 10k combo card, so he'd give me a little extra push the deck doesn't have defensively, and I'd be able to get him in the grave to bring him up later. 1 Dragon Radar, just in case the game went too long and I need to recycle more Desire cards. Spoiler alert, never happened. And I think, sorry, I just need to count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I was sitting here. See, I made this deck so hastily, I was like confused. I'm like, I don't run 2 Crusher in the main, but I also put 2 more on the side just in case. So sorry for that glare. That's Solar Flare, mind you. But does it actually just like shine if I just Solar Flare? Yeah, okay, it's bright enough. Solar Flare. So the point is, that's kind of like how I had the deck. But I just want to move right into the cards that I felt were MVPs and waste of space in the deck. So I'll move on to that right now. So let's start off with the good, and then we'll move over to the bad. First and foremost, we get the Dynamic Duo. Forcing Hit and Infernal Machine, Android, well, Super 17. These cards were the Batman and Robins of this deck. Literally, it's a 1-2 hit combo. Like, this guy can't be countered and he's double strike. So you literally put him on the field. Both the games I got off of, because, I mean, like you heard before, they were just kind of lackluster, this locals. But both of the games that I got yesterday were just simply due to this combo. Play this dude, discard, make them discard, Forcing Hit, because you know they've discarded cards that they don't need, but Forcing Hit, and you take away the super combos. You take away just things that they could actually put in front of you. Then use the ult on Super 17, and you just swing 3 times the double strike without them being able to counter. And of course he's at 30k if you use Shinran's ult on him, and then you just combo with whatever you had in your hand. And being able to count the precise amount of combo power they can put out for the first strike and then kind of guesstimate the second, third really does allow this combo to work. So these two were the MVPs of yesterday. Now the other MVP was a monster, and I'm so happy because he was such an old card, but he still put in so much freaking work. And that card is actually this little fella. He was dope. Against Storm, he allowed me to survive way longer than I should have, just because he gets, Child's Wished out. He pops the Goten. He can swing out of Adele or the other Goten. They have to expend cards, and he goes to block again. And what's more, he saves your life and it can be Child's Wished again. Both of my Storm matches, multiple games, I just had 2 of him on the board, and I would juggle the third because they both actually presented Kami. So the thing is, though, this guy was actually monumental in those 2 Storm matchups. He really did get the Gotens out of the way and then provide a wall of blockers that, was hard to push past. So this guy put in work. With Child's Wish, I think he's actually monstrous. Now, the underperformers, and it could have been just because I was playing Storm instead of other decks, but first and foremost, he was not the boss card. I had 3 boss cards in deck, but Deborah did not get me nearly as well as they did. I guess it's because I expected that at my locals I would get closer to a late game, and therefore I'd be able to just bunk this guy in and put multiples of them on the field and really work the hand advantage or hand disadvantage engine of this deck more. But that didn't happen, so it is what it is. Following that, because I didn't get to go into a late game with my matchups, it literally never was allowed to be played. Like, Dragon Radar never found its pacing, and it would always get stuck in my hand during important shotgun phases, and it really wasn't cool, and it made me sad. Lastly, I'd have to find a new yellow card because I love the utility in this, but it really only got used once or twice. It was most of my energy most games, and I would just keep one in the grave, and maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Yellow fodder, 5k combo power, it's your yellow energy without having to expend good cards, and you keep one in grave, and you can untap and mill if you need to. But this card I thought was going to be really more multifaceted than it was, and it really wasn't. Between the fledgling pans and the comboing against Storm, I kind of definitely just saw most of the cards that I needed to, and I was able to drop them in grave as well. So, again, these are the cards that I would consider the MVPs of the deck last night, and these are the cards that in future builds I would take out and figure out what to replace them with. So, yeah, we'll take it back to face cam and just close up the video. So yeah, that's just kind of how it went out. It's how it played out. But a couple things I do want to change. I am going to test this deck a lot more, just at least solitaire the next couple decks a lot more before I do this. For the next week. But I'm very excited, very, very, very excited, because this gives me an opportunity to create content and just play decks that I think are fun, whether they're bad, good. We'll see. Definitely be a little more thorough next time. And yeah, but now that I'm done with that, I just want to say that the next week, I've already kind of decided what I wanted to do. I'm from Virginia, and most people know the DMV area is very incestuous when it comes to how many people you know. You just know people from other card games, your card games. We've all been playing them for years. So anybody that knows me from Yu-Gi-Oh! Knows that I love Ultimate Rares. I love them to death. So. That being coupled with the fact that I love Gohan to death leads me to my next pick. So we are going to, next week, have a theme. And the cards that I've been liking are indeed Ultimate Rares. I mean, all Dash Pack and TPs are Ultimate Rares. So you've got this Baba. You've got this Yamcha. And you've got this Gohan. So they're all Ultimate Rare. These cards will be in the next deck, and I am excited to build it and test it going into next locals. In the comments down below, see if you can guess which leader I'm going to be running. The answer may not be as obvious as it looks, I guarantee. Maybe a little obvious, but not as obvious as it looks. It's not going to be a no-brainer. So, let's go. I will see you guys a little later. And thank you guys for watching. Remember, the contest is still going on, and the link is still in this, the information tab right there, the summary. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys have a great night.